Hello and welcome. Well, what prize this is. I was not expecting to be doing this evening. Me and Jay have been bouncing this around for the last half an hour of what could it possibly be with regards to this smart brick technology. And as we're looking and figuring out what it's all about, it's just been updated on the Lego website. Now, I was going to talk about the new picks for 2026. That's what the screen grab was. Then we're going to cover basically what sets are available and then have a look see with regards to who's selling what where with regards to the stock over in the UK. And then out of nowhere, this smart play brick has turned up. And well, what is it all about? Because on the Lego website, as of 15 minutes ago, they've added this. This is literally brand new. So we're all going to read this through together to see exactly what it is all about. I'll play you the video. You can see that there's all sorts of different bits and pieces to take a look at. There's a pre-order in 3 days and 17 hours. And then it tells you how does this the Lego Smart Play system work. We've got a figure all of that out as we go. Interested with regards to what is actually on the pre-order, because it says the smart brick reacts to your every move, full of cool tech that reacts, twists, taps, and more. It senses smart tags and the smart minifigures to bring play to life. So I don't know if you can hack into that and then do your own thing with all the different bits and pieces. I'm assuming all three of these go with each other with regards to how the website was showing different bits and pieces off. But there is a poll running as always. So if you are watching this on the replay, you've got 4 choices. Those choices are you excited about the new smart brick / minifigures? And it's very, yes, but keep it as a separate theme because obviously I think this technology is going to be expensive. It's not for me. I just like Lego. Shibo, good evening to you. Hopefully you are fit and well. But yes, there seems to be a few different bits and pieces that we're going to be taking a look at. So we will see what all of this is all about because there was a thing in America that they have literally just finished. And yeah, this is not at all what I had planned at all. And it is also -4 outside. So if I'm looking a little bit flustered, it's because I'm sort of cold face but a warm body at the moment. So yeah. Let's go through all of this, see what it's like. Let me know in the chat what you think. Are you happy with this? There's going to be there is a press release out as well. So we will go through some of this stuff. We'll go on to another website with regards to the facts, figures, and everything else. But I think we'll start off with the basics. How does the Lego Smart Play system work? So the smart brick reacts to your every move. It's full of cool tech that reacts, twists, taps more and more. So basically, the stuff that you do, it does. So if you've got a car and you move it on the car, it makes a car noise. If you're flying around, it makes a helicopter noise. This technology supposedly is going to be in the new Pokemon and the new Lego Star Wars stuff. So is it going to be playing music? Are they going to be having conversations with one another? How expensive is this actually going to be? And we'll get to that in a little bit. Now, the smart tags keep fun going and going and going. They tell the smart brick what object to behave and sound like a car, a helicopter, and even a toilet. So it makes me think that obviously you clip this onto the brick reads that chip, and it goes from there. But how many chips are you going to need when this goes live, for example, in 3 days? Is it going to be a case of each individual chip you have to order for different noises, or is it going to be one chip for multiple things? Like, how will it work, for example, in the new Star Wars sets? Are they going to give you loads of stuff, or is it going to be loads of stuff programmed into the one chip? Because obviously, got to be careful with that brick, I would imagine, not to damage it. But this new technology is here, and whatever it is you can pre-order, it starts in 3 days, 17 hours. So it looks like you're going to be able to just add this to your Lego City stuff. And then, well, further down the line, I would imagine you'll be able to do other little bits and pieces with it with regards to Pokemon, Star Wars, and other stuff just like that. But the smart minifigure, it brings stories to life. Smart bricks play unique sounds, moods, and reactions for every smart minifigure they encounter. So Jay said straight away, does that mean they're going to be playing the Cantina theme tune with regards to the different bits and pieces? And yeah, talking of Jay, are you telling me it can flush? Wait, could well do. Are we going to have a flushable toilet? Battle of Hoth base smart set now on the list, is it? Yes, so all of these sets are going to be coming, I would imagine, on the Lego website tomorrow. So there's a lot of official releases, or it's not officially on the Lego website just yet, but there is a lot of different bits and bobs. Now, I will open up another Lego tab just in the background just to see if they've actually started to upload any of the Star Wars stuff yet, but I think they're just going to let this Star Wars stuff, sorry, the smart brick stuff simmer for 24 hours, where people are just going to be talking about it like us, and then they'll just jump into the different bits and pieces. Well, yeah, it's it. If it can flush, Jay's going to be flushing his toilet train. So yeah, by the sound, I'm intrigued by how the smart tags work. The figures, clearly, it's a figure for a figure. They're going to be able to potentially interact, but I'm assuming you've got to put it on the smart brick for that to happen, because a smart brick is going to have the sound. I can't imagine the sound coming out of the actual minifigure itself, but I don't understand what this pre-order is all about. This is the fun thing. So we are reading this backwards because that's how we do these kind of things. So we're just working our way up. So this is the three things in question. You have got the smart brick packed with play sensors. Yes, here we go. So you can move. It's just basically what we've just covered. Smart tags. So add these clever tile smart bricks. So I'm assuming you just take like an 8 stud out. Oh, hang on. It's got a sticker on the top. It's got a sticker of an airplane. So you're going to have to stop it. You're going to have to get one for a toilet flush, one for a car, one for all sorts of different bits and pieces. 4320. Good evening at you, DJI. How are we? Well, it's a minifigure. There's three individual things, Shibo. Three individual things that have come out. So this is all their new sound technology for Star Wars, Pokemon, so they're all going to interact. But I was more confused about what the pre-order is about. Now, by the looks of it, if you can just order the chips so you can add it to your Lego City sets, that's going to drastically keep the price down, because by the looks of it, you just need one brick, then the different chips on the brick, and then you just fly around for the kids, and it makes that kind of noise. But when it gets into the buying sets, I would imagine they're going to be programmed slightly differently, like the Star Wars and all this kind of different bits and pieces. With regards to the colors it makes and yada, 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 they're going to be different for those sets, I would imagine. But yeah, as Jay said, it lights, sounds, and can react to the color of the tiles of the brick. So yeah, it's just a very, very smart looking thing. Now, this is the video in question. So this is a PAB. It's going to be in a lot of the other sets that are going to be coming this year. So this is going to be the start off with regards to all the bits and pieces. And you can see, there we go. I'll let you read that. So it says, introducing the Lego Smart Play system. We've created a brick that plays back. It's our biggest innovation since ever. The Lego Smart Play system is here. Get ready. The Smart Brick, Smart Tag, and Smart Minifigures add a whole new dimension to Lego Play. Yes, we're very excited. Seeing is believing. Let us watch below. So what do you think? What are your first thoughts on this? I mean, I reckon you could well get a Cantina song, the toilet flush, but you're going to have to buy separate bits of technology for it. Like I said, I had my live stream perfectly planned up until about half an hour ago, so we're making this up as we go along. Jay said, Shiva says, eventually the sound brick will work. Well, it's going to be like the brick light, I would imagine. You know, those brick lights last for decades, because you're going to need more than one brick, aren't you, if you're going to have bits and pieces talking. So it's going to be in part the PAB. So I don't know how much this thing's going to cost as an individual brick, but it's going to be just as part of a Lego brick, isn't it? That's what it's going to be. So it looks quite beefy. It looks like there's quite a bit in there. Now, talking of beefiness, Jay has very, very kindly sent me Ultra Bricks. Good evening to you. A link which I need to now find, and I will type that up on another tab, and then we can see what it is, because where is it? It's a smart sheet. I don't know what website you sent that to me on, Jay. Brickset, right. Brickset smart sheet. Is it going to pop up? There it is. So this is thanks to thanks to Brickset. So this is the Smart Play fact sheet. So this is all the different bits and pieces with regards to the information that we know. It's going to add a huge amount of money, I do believe, because the technology is going to be very, very expensive. That's why I quite like the fact that if you just wanted to add it to the Lego City sets, you can do. I wouldn't want them to add it into the UCS stuff because if it's going to be a lot of money, it will eventually come down in price. You would think. Obviously, this is new tech, but here we go. So Lego provided more information about its innovative new platform that was revealed at CES earlier today, which I've posted verbatim below. The Lego Smart Play is a new interactive platform where technology seamlessly brings Lego sets to life, responding to actions with appropriate sounds and behaviors, allowing for a truly responsive play experience, all without screens. Because this is the problem they had with the hidden sides and everything else. It all involved your phone. Now it's not. It's all going to be coming through this just here with all of the different lights and the sounds and all of that kind of thing. So as we carry on with this bit just here, let me catch up with the chat very, very quickly. Let me catch very, very quickly. Right, so talking about all these chips, I tell you what, Ryan, I am still quite hungry. I'm not going to lie. Minifigs will have chips in too. Yep, so the minifigs will have to go on the brick, won't they, for them to talk? So that'd be interesting to see how it works in a cantina scenario with regards to how many bricks are going to be added in. Ultra Bricks, talking of bricks, good evening to you. John says, or make the smart move and buy none at all. Well, you've got no choice, John, because they're going to be in Harry Potter sets and all sorts of stuff moving forward. So if you like your Harry Potter and you want these talking bricks, you are going to have it because, let's be honest, a couple of people the other day were talking about how there's no technology features and all that kind of stuff. And, well, here we are, 48 hours later, and there is a brand new brick that is either going to be thrown down your throat or you can just pick it up from the Lego store. It's going to be very, very expensive though, so it is a simple pass from me. I've got no interest in this whatsoever, but at the same time I can see people wanting this. If it's the brick and the chip for like a helicopter from a Lego City set isn't going to be horrendously expensive, then that'd be great. But I can imagine it's going to be, which would be a little bit of a shame to start with. But so it's a combination of the Lego Smart Play platform elements and the Lego Smart Brick, Lego Smart Tags, and the Lego Smart minifigures react in real time to bring interactive play experience to kids, and an almost significant evolution in the Lego play system since the introduction of the Lego minifigure in 1978. So basically, instead of downloading a game, you are just buying the technology for that instead, aren't you? So it's rather than sat in a console and having to do all this stuff with the hidden side stuff. Developed by the Lego Group Creativity Play Lab team, the new platform features more 20. That's what they've done it. So it's 20 patent world firsts with its technology smart bricks. Don't forget, the Lego Group lost the patent to the actual interlocking system that they had in their brick. That's run out. So obviously they've had this in the back locker to be able to do these kind of things and pick all these different bits and pieces up. And will be interesting to see what happens moving forward with this technology and if it lasts, because the hidden side stuff was a flop. That didn't work. The dimension stuff didn't work either. But yeah, we will wait and see. I know you have a choice, John. That is absolutely fine. You don't have to buy it, but it depends if you got no choice getting the set, if it comes with it. That's the problem. Because at the moment it's just available for pre-order, but it is, by the sounds of it, coming in. I'd like to think it's just going to be a whole new line. I would just like it to be a smart brick line, which you can avoid if you want to. And it's got the opportunity there in its own scale of stuff, because clearly it's going to be in Pokemon. It's going to be in Star Wars. You would imagine it's now going to be in all the Harry Potter stuff and all that kind of stuff moving forward. So yeah, we will wait and see what happens. But it's not a light kit, but it's something just far beyond that, I guess, with regards to play. But this is, let me get, it's going to be meant for children, but with an adult price tag, I would imagine. So that's who it's been developed by. It's just a 2x4 Lego brick, which allows kids seamlessly to add interactive to their Lego bits. The component of Lego Play is a format integrated device, invisible technology that encourages blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that's the key thing. It encourages not without screens or need for detailed instructions. So they're just wanting you to not use your phone. So they have finally come up with something. The Lego Smart Brick is packed with technologies that brings life to play, including sensors, meters, lighting sensors, sound sensors, as well as a miniature speaker driven by an onboard sound thing, and much more in addition to easy wireless charging. There we go. So when the battery runs out, Shibo, you can charge it back up. The Lego Smart Tags and the Lego Smart minifigures are paired with the Lego Smart Brick to power the system and then allow builders' creations to become interactive. So you've got to have all three together, because going by that bit, you put the minifigure on top, you put the bit underneath the brick, and then it makes all the sounds. There's videos going all over the place where people are flying around with helicopters and all that kind of stuff, and it's making all of the noises. So about the Smart Brick is at the heart of the Lego Smart Play platform, turning Lego builds into interactive experience. The Lego Smart Brick is the same as a regular 2x4, designed to fit with any existing element and the play feature in play. So obviously it's just going to link in with all the other little bits and pieces. Contains a electronic system built around the custom mix signal. At 4.1 mil, the chip is smaller than a standard Lego stud. That is ridiculously small. That's all far too bigger words for me, as that person's eating a nice burger up top. So I'll let you guys and girls read that. Is there anything? It's Play Engine, chips engine. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. Audio effects and tried live play actions. There's no pre-recorded clips. LED array provides ambient light response and color sensing dynamic. So I'm assuming they're going to be redoing, obviously, all the bits. So I'm assuming the technology's in the brick already for Pokemon, Star Wars, and all these sets that we've already seen today, because there's loads and loads of sets officially been announced, but the official images aren't up on the Lego website yet. But they are going to be, I am sure they are going to be far too much money, though. Each 2x2 stud Lego Smart Tile carries a digital ID read by the Lego Smart Brick through near-magnetic communications. Works like contactless tech engineered for toy-grade safety and precision. Lego Smart minifigures look identical to standard minifigures, but include an internal chip carrying a unique ID detected through the same magnetic process, which means those minifigures are going to be a lot of money, but it'd be nice to have the choice. That's the thing. It's actually having the choice of a set that you want and not, because this technology, I don't want any of this. I appreciate it, but I don't want any of this whatsoever. Let's go back through. Moon Shoes. What if Lego release a mini A? Well, they could potentially moonshine. Who knows? They could well do. Right, let's go back. Ooh, hang on, what's going on? Yeah, well, I do as well. 3, 2, 1. I like making noises myself, so that's it. Let's go back through. Right. The brick can scan the sensors, I believe, so it's not always clip on the minifigures. Fair enough, says Jay. Do you think it will be in flag? Well, I'm hoping it's its own line, 4320. I hope that it's just going to be put into its own thing. So it's not going to be like the Star Wars stuff, because we know it's coming in the Star Wars, and we know it's going to be in Pokemon, but not in all of the Pokemon stuff. So if there's a Smart Brick line, for example, like the MIDI scale and other bits and pieces, people can just avoid it. Whereas what you don't want to happen is, say, for example, the world's like the new Lord of the Rings set, because you guys are fascinated on Lord of the Rings. If they put this technology in the new Lord of the Rings set and it adds a huge amount of money to it, I think people will be a little bit annoyed. So I think they're going to start off small to start with and just figure out exactly what's going on. Price is what's against. Otherwise, I can see this working well. I can see I haven't got to the price yet, Jay, so I'm assuming it's on this, but I can imagine it's going to be very, very expensive. Good evening again to John. Good evening again to Lego King 78. Ryan says, how long before these smart chips are taking our jobs? Women. It's already started, Ryan. It's already started. Brickford. Oh, hang on. The chat's coming in far too quickly. Brickford says, suppose it's okay for kids who play with sets. I just build my Lego. Yeah, exactly, Brickford. That's it. That's why I'm intrigued by, because this gives you the option of getting it or not. But they are putting it in the sets. So I don't know what I'm going to leave this up as I catch up with all the comments. So because we'll figure it out. So they're gonna have to start off theme by theme, though, aren't they? Because of the stuff that they're going to be putting into the minifigures. So yeah, Brickford says it's okay to play with sets, just build. Yep, that's it. I'm the same. I'm the same with that. So I can see it working well with train stuff and things like that, though, and all the lighting and different bits and bobs. So we will see. I can't wait for the smart brick in my year of the horse polybag. The brick will be worth more money than your polybag. Here we go, Brickford. Well, yeah, it's not our government, so that's all right. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? How many college degrees does a smart brick? A lot more than me, Ultra Bricks, by the sounds of it. Jay says, one of my favorite play sets with the WWF Titantron that would scan the figures, use the play songs. So being able to do that with Lego will be fun. So yes, it's meant for, it's obviously technology for little uns, but it's point for the big ones. But that's why I don't think this technology will be in the 18 plus sets. I don't think. But if they give, because don't forget, with the smart brick minifigures, by the looks of it, you can, I'm assuming, so when the torsos come out, you could just get the smart minifigures rather than getting the set if you didn't want the set, or vice versa. I've no idea. Lego Smart Play built to last. The Lego Smart Play system is engineered for power efficiency, resilience, and ease of maintenance. They're still trying to get they're still trying to get the Wakanda Forever Lego sets at the Disney store sold. They still have them because that is how bad that film was. Battery designed to support real life patterns, so they will still perform after many years of interactivity. The custom coils and power system allows for one of many wireless charging charges. Several Lego Smart. Oh, hang on, let me reread that. For one to many wireless charging charges several Lego Smart Bricks simultaneously on a shared pad. So that's where the money's going to be then, in the cantina and places, isn't it? Because they're going to have all of these bricks. And if they're going to cost a fortune, that's where all the money's going to be. So the play sets that could have been at a half decent price point, if you're now having to have a multiple battery system, well, it's technology's well first anyway. The new platform has been developed by the Lego Group Creativity Lab team in collaboration with Cambridge Consultants in deep tech powerhouse of Cape and Minin. Oh my days. These words are far too big. We know it's got 20 pattern world first, and it's the heart of the Lego Smart Brick. So basically, nobody's going to be able to, well, they can't copy this at all, can they? So they can copy the Lego brick itself now, but now they're moving on to this smart technology. The smart bricks are magically aware of each other's positions and orientations in a 3D space, thanks to a novel high accuracy magnetic posing system. They can also communicate via a self-organizing network that adapts to play. This is like starting to turn into the Matrix / Terminator. I've got vibes now of just hearing noises in my loft and it's starting to escape. It's actually, no, it's small soldiers. That's what this is screaming at me. It's the technology they put in small soldiers and it starts a war. This is going to turn into. Where are we? Let me go back through. Jay says, if I can flush a toilet, add one to the Batwing and fly it over the city and light it up in the colours when it lands on the building, then I'm in. Can see great fun uses for it. A new Hoth Echo Pace coming soon with Smart Brick is $140. If you've got official links to these sets, send them to me, and I'll get them up on the screen, because I've seen that there's official images, but they're just not on the Lego website. I've not been able to find them yet. I've had literally no time at all. Hopefully they give people a choice with sets with like that. Yeah, I think that's the case, Brickford, because obviously myself, you, John, other people like that are more than happy not having it. But it's only because how we use it. People like Jay would love it for running around his thing. But yeah, I appreciate the technology that's there. But at the same time, I like if they're putting it in, say, for example, the Pokemon stuff, and then all the new Pokemon minifigures have this technology in it, I wouldn't want to pay extra for it. Does that make sense? So it'd be nice. It would be nice to have the choice. The pattern locks around the room full of technology shrunk into the iconic Lego brick without any setup. Smart bricks magically aware of each other's position. They can also communicate. Yeah. So yeah, it is basically small soldiers. That's what this is. They've got the bricks in. They start speaking, and then I'm going to get punched in the face in my sleep by a tiny little minifigure that I'm just then going to flick against the wall or I'm going to have visions of all three of my cats putting a minifigure in a headlock. Right, that's all right. So we think the prices are in here. So it's a long old article, this one. So we are getting down. Right, availability of the Lego Smart Play. So don't forget, this is the press release from Lego, but it's just not on the Lego website. So everybody has these. So it's easily available to read around the world. The Smart Play launch will be on March the 1st, 2026 in selective markets with Lego Star Wars building sets, the perfect playground for epic storytelling, unforgettable characters, and endless brick-built adventures, meaning for the first time with Lego Smart Play, the galaxy far, far away will play back. So they're starting with Star Wars first. I wasn't getting any Star Wars stuff this year anyway, so that is absolutely splendid for me. So I can live it through everybody else. For the first Lego Smart Play building set announced for fans within the Lego Star Wars line are all 3-in-1 sets. Products that contain all the elements required for a full Lego Smart Play experience, including the brick with charger and at least one Lego Smart minifigure and smart tag. So do we think then, with regards to a smart tag in a play set, it's going to make different noises? Because obviously the image that we saw was just one of the helicopters. So I guess we're going to know in a few more days, aren't we? So when all this information becomes easily available, we'll have to do a bit of an update. The Lego Smart Play All-in-One from the Lego Star Wars will be available to pre-order from January. Will be available to pre-order from January the 9th. That's the countdown. Available to purchase from the 1st of March on the Lego.com, the Lego stores, and selective retails in launch markets. I'm assuming that means. Or the Star Wars, not the actual brick. So, the Lego Smart Bake Play All-in-One Lego Star Wars will be available pre-order from the 9th of Jan. So are they counting down 5th, 6th? So are they counting down the pre-order to the Smart Break, or are they counting down the pre-order to the Star Wars? Ooh. Brickford said, wait until your ninjas start attacking your cats. Oh, I've got to be honest. I think Smudge will just sit on them. I don't think they'll stand a chance, even with their little nunchucks. It's not. It won't happen. I'm kind of glad the sets look like the way they do, saving money. Yep, that's it. The official pictures of sets are on Brick Fanatics, right? We will get over there, so that's perfect. We'll get on to Brick Fanatics after, so that is absolutely fine. I think some of the Pokemon sets will have interactive Pokemon sets can interact with. 4320. Will it be turned on automatically, or can you? Hang on. Will it be tuned on automatically? Well, it's by the sounds of it, it's just if you connect it all together, so it won't come on automatically. No, so you can just not connect them together. By the looks of it, you've got to have the minifigure close to the sensor for it to speak. Or you can just have the minifigure on your shelf, and it's not going to suddenly jump out at you and sort of start scaring. We've got quite a bit to get through. So the Lego Smart Play continues to expand through updates, launches, and technology, with the Lego Group set revealed more additions in the future. You've lied to me. I thought the prices were on here. The price is not on here. Where are the prices? The prices are on the brick set post. It's the brick set post, isn't it? Right. Let's see if we can find brick. Let's see if we can find something else. Lego Smart Brick. We will find as much information as we can. So is this the same word for word? Oh, no, we found something. That's all right. We're going to Jay's. Jay always comes in top trumps. So Jay's comes in good. So there's a price in. So these are the sets. This is from the live. They didn't do it as a live stream, which I was really surprised about. They just did this in America hour or so ago. So you have got a mix of bits and pieces. Now they are not cheap, because you've got the Darth Vader TIE Fighter is coming in at $59.99. So that's probably £10 more? I don't know the piece count though. So that's the thing. I don't know what size these things are. They've got the link to it, but it's not quite. So they're not quite on the Lego website as of yet. So I can't get too much information about it. But let's see. Hopefully there'll be some images. Yes, they are. There's some more images down here. So The new Lego Star Wars Smart Play set's coming on the 1st of March 2025. The Darth Vader TIE Fighter is 475 pieces. So, how much extra is that compared to what it would have been? Shibo, I was just thinking of a Lego model for Terminator a couple of days ago. The famous T2 poster sitting on his bike with a, there we go, Shibo. That's what you want. We need this in a Toy Story. I would imagine it come through. Well, that's not very helpful, is it? Brickset Instagram post. I'm not on their Instagram page. I'll find it in a second. All the prices are on Brick Fanatics. They're on, yeah, so we'll go on Brick Fanatics in the two. So, yeah, smart. So we have got the new Lego Star Wars Smart Play, which is the Darth Vader TIE Fighter at 473 pieces. We'll have to recover all of these stuff and more when it goes on to the Lego website. But with this, you get the Smart Brick, the Smart Minifigure, which is Darth Vader, and the Smart Tag featuring the TIE Fighter. So, yeah, it's doing a thing. But what thing it's doing, pass. How it's reading that and what it's doing, but they look like they're having a lovely time, which is fantastic. I'm now stuck on this image. So that's not. Oh no, I am actually stuck on that image. That's that you can carry on down. I've got to get back off this image. I'm stuck on this kid. There we go. We're back. We're back. It's all gone wrong. Right. So there's your brick, and it looks like it's sitting straight on the chip. So it's going to go straight onto that chip. So that one brick is just like a multifunctional brick. And then obviously it's going to be sitting on the chip and doing whatever. How it speaks to the minifigure, we will soon find out. Right, so that's the Darth Vader TIE Fighter. So that is yours, $59.99. Dollars is €69.99, €69 or 100 Australian dollars. Again, with the X-Wing and the Throne Room. The Throne Room playset, that was 89, wasn't it, when that came out? The Boba Fett Throne Room, I think. So that's a lot of extra money, but again, it just depends on what else is included because I haven't seen the scale of it. So this is the X-Wing, 584 pieces. Again, you've got Leia. I know that's Luke doing some funky stuff. It does look like you've got the brick. Oh, this is why I want to use the Lego website. So this can really annoy me. So what it looks like you've got is you've got a chip just there. And when you put the brick on it and you stand the minifigure beside it, obviously that's where that will go. But then potentially you've got another chip somewhere in the X-Wing. So it would then start doing other little bits and pieces. Because if we come back one picture, you can see that in the, where is it? In the bit at the top, they've added the brick in on the top, but the brick's not there. But then it's making noises on this side. They have. So there you go. Look, so you're going to have to buy multiple bricks for this to work. Potentially, because if there's going to be more than one brick, because you've got one brick, you've got one sound tile bit just on this side, and you've got one chip on this side. So obviously you've got one brick for it to work. The TIE Fighter, so let me catch back up with everything. So let's go. 473 pieces would normally be 50, so it's an extra 10. Yeah, I thought it was about an extra 10 for the first one. I thought that was an extra 10 quid. So it's only £10 extra for the technology, because that's what I thought with the first one. So yeah, it's not too bad. What one is Darth Vader going to be making? Heavy breathing or farting? Both, maybe. Both. He could say I'm your father, or he could make a farting noise. It was in the video, it farted, I think. I can't wait to randomly call people and have a Darth Vader smart brick heavily breathing down the phone. Old bricks, 3 non-smart brick Mandalorian and group sets coming. Sandcrawler at 200, 8080 at 180, and the Imperial Shuttle 140. See, this is good because it means that they are doing this as a separate line. So they're not adding it, they're not throwing it at you and forcing you to get it. This is just a bit of technology if you want to have it from a play perspective or just whatever it is that you want to do. So that's good. And Jay says a Sandcrawler. I mean, neither one of those. A Sandcrawler playset could be. Well, there we go. So let's get back off this and carry on. But you can see what I mean, where you got one chip just on that bit, you got one chip just on there, and also you got the brick as well, which does mean it's completely up to you if you want to get them or not, which is great. So, and then here's the throne. It's based on this one. This one was this was night. So the throne room by itself was quite expensive. But now they've completely changed everything. So this looks like it comes with 2 bricks. Again, I can't zoom in on these photos any more than this. So it's got the 2 bricks. That's the yellow thing's obviously the wireless charging pad. So again, that's just not going to take up a huge amount of room. I'm assuming it's either going to be USB or it's going to plug in or it's going to do whatever it wants to do. You've got a chip on here where you're going to put the brick and it's going to make the sound effects. You're going to have, you got to look for them now. There it is. You got another one just there. So there's 2. There's another one, 3. So the minifigures aren't on. So are we getting the impression that the minifigures must work with the brick, though, aren't they? Because the brick has the chip in as well. So if the brick goes on that bit, it's clearly going to make battle sounds. But obviously, we don't know what smart minifigures are included with this. So it does look like if you've got the 2 bricks and then you're having a battle, you're going to have all the lightsaber sounds and everything else. And potentially, you're going to have a one just up here as well, and you have got a nice size ship. So they've gone for something completely different in 2026, which is really very, very smart indeed. So it's something completely different. What else have we got? We have got so this comes with 2 smart bricks, 5 tags, and 3 smart minifigures with Luke, the Palpatine, and Darth. So they've gone all out on this. So where's the 5 tags then, do we think? So you've got to have, there's 1, 2, 3. There's got to be one in there, 4. I'm assuming one up here, 5, is what I'm guessing. Yeah, it does look like there's a few bits and pieces going down and on and everything else with it. So what do we think so far? What's your first impression, everybody? Are you happy with the bits and pieces that we're doing? Because would you want to try this? I mean, I'm assuming Jay would like to try this, especially if it's the cantina of all things. Right, let's catch back up with everybody. So this is pretty cool. I think this is going to stick. I think what they've done is they've just developed this instead of the hidden sides, because the hidden side technology was you had to use your phone. So they've taken the phone technology out the way, but the hidden sides was its own complete line. So it's really exciting coming from the Lego group that this is a thing, but it's also really good that you don't have to get it if you don't want to. And they are just going to have it in more of the play sets. I would imagine on the shelf, they will have like a more expensive play set like this, and then one that's less money without the technology in. But if they're going to be doing what they did with the 4+ sets, those 4+ sets drastically dropped in price once they had got all the technology in there, because once they had done all the prints, because if you remember when the 4+ sets first came out, they're really expensive, and then they started to drop down in price once they had created all the technology in different bits and pieces like that. But the throne room and A-wing is coming in at €159, £139, $250, or $160. This was all the little bits. So there's the other stuff that's coming. So there's the cantina. There's your whatever, and then there's the bit that we've just seen with all the play features on, and then you've got a Falcon. So I'm surprised that they never did this live. Yeah, hidden size is cool, but again, what they've said is that they're not. It means you don't need to use your phone now, so you can just mess around and do it. Everybody's liked the video so far, guys, as well. Thank you very much indeed, because it massively helps with the algorithm. So thanking you kindly. Jay says I'm going to try and be getting. I will be trying, especially if it's on a sandcrawler. These chips, etc., can be taken out and added to the UCS scale stuff. Well, this is exactly, yeah. So you can take them out of the smaller stuff and add it to the bigger stuff if required. Absolutely. So, but at the moment, going with the poll, with 20 votes in, with 35% very excited, 5% says yes, but keep it to a separate theme. 45% say not for me, and 15% of you just like Lego, which is fantastic. Yeah, so Ultrabrick says 5 minute novelty, then meh. Think it'll be a bit of fun for young kids to annoy parents. I think so. Depending on how many things the sound things do. Because if you've got like the helicopter sound and the car sounds driving around, that's obviously just going to be for the Lego City bits and pieces. But what I'm more intrigued of is how many options are they going to give you with this? Because you're going to have quite a few bits and pieces in, aren't they? Oh, we've still got more information coming. In a promo video, shows off at ESE. We also get a sneak peek at more Lego Star Wars smart play sets, including a Falcon, land speed, and a cantina. Lego has also shared a new fact sheet with more in-depth details about technology powering the Lego Smart Brick and Play Smart system. So this is all to do with the technology of different bits and pieces that they have got. So the Lego Smart Brick tags, Smart Play figures are paired with the brick to power the system, allow builders to create and become interactive. So it is exactly what they try to do with Hidden Sides, but instead of it being on your phone, you can now just do it with your brick. But rather than it being 3D, it's just making the little bits and pieces. But that is the tech. That's the bits, isn't it? So there's your brick. There's your figure. I'm assuming you can just pop that figure off, and you could potentially, if you wanted to, have a Darth Vader with a different head on and all the other little bits and pieces that you want to. At the moment, 4320, it's just the sets that we're looking at. So it's starting off in Star Wars, and going by their press release, it's also going to be Pokemon. So I would imagine the Smart Brick technology for 2026, which kicks off in 3 days and 17 hours, is going to be Pokemon and Star Wars. And then I would imagine it'll just be how it moves forwards. It's going to be stuff with lots of play sets, isn't it? I can't. Oh, they could do it because they did try it a few years back, where they tried to put exclusive Lego minifigures inside the Lego City sets from the Lego City cartoon. So they could, for example, potentially put a sound chip in the police station and the fire station, so it makes all the noises as the kids are playing around with them. Because of course that is what this is obviously meant for. But that's all the little bits and pieces that we've read already, and then that's how it works. So the brick reads built into sense. Lego Smart tags and the Lego Smart minifigure trigger sounds, lights, or behaviors tied to placement or interaction. Yes, that's all the stuff we've read already. That's the stuff we've read already. Oh, there's your charging port. So that's they said you can do multiple charges for the Lego brick on that so far. Ultra Brick says apparently Ewok Village, everybody, in a regular. So we're going to have to get used to this now. So we've got play brick and regular. So an Ewok Village, $180 apparently. Shiba says, I think Lego's obviously targeting the younger crowd with this. Yep, trying to bring more of them into the hobby. I'm not sure it's mostly older crowd who will really like. To be fair, hybrid of everything, isn't it? Because they basically came out a long time ago with a press release, and they closed Hidden Size down because it didn't want people being on their phone all the time. Now, obviously, they can't really say that when a brand new Batman game is going to be coming out this year as well, because of course you're going to be playing Lego Batman on a console and a telly. But I think they don't want Lego pieces using any other technology like a phone or anything like that, apart from when you're building with the instructions. I guess that's what they're. I guess that what they're doing. So they're just basically maximizing the play feature, aren't they? And it is obviously meant for you small and young alike. I don't think it really matters. I mean, let's be honest. Like, if I had a fully powered working theme park, and then you had the roller coaster sounds of this going around as it was going up, and it was all motorized, and it gave the impression that you're actually at a theme park, that would be pretty cool. So that for me would be probably one of the only things that I would think would work very, very well. But then is there going to be something programmed to that, and is it just going to make the same noise every single time it goes round? Matt, we know what kind of sets will it be in. Well, the sets are everything that we're looking at the moment. So the themes, it's just going to be Pokemon and Star Wars at the moment, and it's just going to be a case of everything that we're looking at for Star Wars this year, I think, is it. And then obviously the stuff that's been talked about in the chat is non-smart brick. Well, you just have to avoid this like the plague then, 3, 2, 1. Sean's here. I want to be the very best. He wants to be the very best for Pokemon because, yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with a crowd thing for that. But how big? Because they said the technology is the size of a stud, didn't they? So how big are the Pokemon figures going to be if they're going to be interactive figures? Or are they just going to be battle noises with the brick? That's another thing. You've got all these questions already. See? All these questions. Here we go. Firmware updates and diagnostics are handled via the Lego Smart App Assist. So there you go, mums and dads. You're going to have to be messing around with that. But yeah, there you go. So that is what the brick looks like, completely naked. And you just put the tile over the top of it, and you have a little bit of fun with it. The new platform has been developed by the Lego Group's lab. Yep. We've already read that. Right. So, is there any other sets from any other websites? Because obviously, that's all the smart stuff. So, I'm assuming there is going to be some other stuff. Lego Smart Brick. Because it's Brick Fanatics, isn't it? They usually have all the bits and pieces. So let's have a look. Brick Fanatics going to come up top trumps. Have they got new bits and pieces on there or not? Let's have a look. If you guys and girls have got the link to any of this, by the way, just send it over and I can just get it straight up onto the website. Oh. Well, we were all a little bit slow on this. This 20 hours ago from StarWars.com itself. So we should just use this website. So have they got more bits? This would have been easy to read. It's much clearer, isn't it? It's much clearer and cleaner. So there's all the images that we've seen so far. There's still the same images. So it's just going to be the same press release. But no. So StarWars.com themselves uploaded this 20 hours ago. And we all missed it. We're all useless. Upscale Vader minifigure for $100 coming soon. To train them is my cause. Yes. That's it. I want to be the very best. That's what it is. I bet you're going to... Also, a mini movie poster coming. Not sure what they are. Art style, maybe. Oh, that'll be interesting. Yeah, because I'm trying to find the other images. Because there was other stuff out, wasn't there? But all the stuff that I'm now... Everything that's popping up on my thing is 20 hours ago. Which is no good whatsoever. I've just got the same... I've just got the same press release, so... I'm just going to close some tabs down and just see what I can find. Right, so it's just the 3 sets that have been revealed so far. So I finally found it. I have to go through Google. It doesn't work on any of the search engine to find it. So this is all the same. We've read all of this. Read all of this. Read all of this. These are just the same photos. Right, here we go. So the Lego Star Wars sets are 2026. So we've got the TIE Advanced, which is $4.99. 68 pieces, came out in January. So you've got a polybag. There you go. You've got a nice polybag coming for 6+. You've got a Dark Saber coming on the 1st of May. You've got something else that's going to be $40 on 215 pieces. We know about the TIE Fighter now, which is coming on the 1st of March. There's an 8+ set for $70 coming on the 1st of March. We know about the X-Wing, which is obviously 99 or 89. And then there's 49, 79, 99. Then the throne room is 100 and whatever. Then you've got the Mando, you've got the Speeder. So all of these that you're seeing must be added into this. Fair few of them on here, mind though. There's a lot of Mandalorian stuff coming. That's got the Mando and Guru, that Mandalorian and Guru. Yeah, so that's going to be a big old thing, you would imagine. But yeah, so all the stuff that you're seeing is probably going to be within this price point, I would imagine. So Tim Hunter, how are we? There you go. Carry on singing the Pokemon theme tune. See if you can get it all the way done. Yeah, the Sauron helmet. The Sauron Hamlet has leaked. I don't understand why they called it a bust. But the helmet or the helmet or Hamlet, because there's a film called Hamlet as well now, isn't there? Or Hamlet or whatever it is. Are we talking about the Lord of the Rings? I'm getting very, very confused. Also, apparently, we've read that one already. So what are we going for? So it's almost a 50-50, just like Lego for 13%. That's what I would go for. I'm just here because I like the Lego bits and pieces. So yeah, there we go. So surely, I'm assuming, are you going to be all in on Pokemon then? Is that what you're going to go? Is that what you're going to go for? But yes, this is all over everywhere at the moment. So again, I'll just play this so you can see it for yourself. Very, very cool. So I suppose the big question is, are you guys excited or not? Tim's like, yes, all in for Pokemon. So yeah, it's going to be... It'd be good if you could change Light Brick with your voice. Well, I don't know what it's going to do. It's going to move around and do all. It will change color as you're flying around stuff and making noises. I should be all right to play the sound on this. It shouldn't be copyrighted because it's a press release. So I don't want to play the noise in case I get done for copyright. But I don't think you should. But no, it's all on there. But no, as you're flying around and you literally crash the helicopter, it makes the emergency landing noise and the lights then go red. So, but that's the thing up here because it's got the airplane sticker. So is this all kicking off in 3 days where you can just add to your Lego city and then get extra bits and pieces with Star Wars or not? I don't know, to be honest. It's not really for me, DJ. It's not really for me. But at the same time, if there's one thing that looks interesting, I might try it. And I could potentially just annoy everybody in a live stream from time to time, then I might do it. But I don't know. So I was going to say, Sauron Hamlet. Damn, I was going to say, well, there is a film coming out. You can Die Hard 3 and run them over in a demo. Well, that's true. That is very, very true. That's not a bad idea, actually. You could, if you got the airport. I see. Yeah, put them in a taxi. Oh, I see. Jay's coming up with all these different things that you could do for all the different bits. So yeah, it's all there, isn't it? It's all there for Oh, that's the handy bit. So you put all three together, and that's where it makes the noise. Has it got a noise for that? No. Just individual, all individual bits. But there isn't anything else added yet onto the Lego website about them. So, like I said, this is what I was going to do. I was going to just get the new picks up for 2026, see what is where, and just see about all of the other little bits and pieces. Obviously, now it's all about the shopping street because they're not even talking about Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a thing of the past now. It's not even on the front of the website. You've got the smart brick just on the front if you wanted to read any more about it for yourself. And then if you scroll down, it's also on the main bit just there. So you can read all about the actual smart brick technology. But with regards to the new sets, nothing have been added as of yet. We know of 5 Star Wars sets then that are going to be coming sooner rather than later. And we just got a yellow motorcycle. So you can pre-order the wreath. The yellow motorcycle's still there. And then you've got all of these other little bits and pieces that are about. So, well, you might be, Brickford, you might be able to control it with Alexa. I have no idea. So Jay says, if it's good, then this idiot will be in. Well, you're going to be spending quite a bit of money, I think, Jay. By the sounds of it, I think you're going to be spending quite a bit of money. But yeah, what we'll do is we're going to cover all of the stuff in the next live stream with regards to whatever is on the Lego website. We will cover in the next one. And then we'll also figure out what's where with regards to like Smiths, Argos, and different bits and pieces like that. Because, of course, a lot of new sets all over the place. This will sink in with everybody eventually with regards to if you like it or not. And obviously, I think it's very, very good idea with regards to getting kids just to play with stuff. Obviously, from a collector with regards to just making displays and putting stuff on a shelf, it's probably not going to be other people's things, but it does look like they're all in a different scale. And I didn't even notice that before. So you can clearly see they've got all of this different box artwork as well. Then I didn't even notice that. So they've got all of this fancy technology box artwork on the side. So that's what you're going to be looking at on the shelf. It's just completely different with all of these different bits and pieces. So if that's going to be the thing moving forward, the only thing I would say is I know they've got all the bright colors behind them, but the 18 pluses are black. And now you got 6, 8, and a 9 all going with the black box for this. I'm assuming it's only black because it's Star Wars. But does that mean for the 18 plus sets moving forward, we're going to get the nicer colors back rather than it just being the black box? I mean, would they do it? Alexa, open the gate to the castle. Open sesame. Could you imagine, Sheba? There you go. The drawbridge comes down. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen. I've actually would have liked to have seen this live because, like I said, it was what hour and a half ago. This finished this actual stream, and then everybody that was in America has uploaded it. The Lego Group's done an official press release. But I mean, I suppose for Star Wars, there's not really another color they could do for the box because obviously it's space. But yeah, if it's just gonna, what they were trying to do with the 18. So I prefer the brighter color boxes anyway. And there's your 3 prices. So those 3 prices that are on the screen right now, in pounds, £139, £79, and 59 for those 3. So yeah, the TIE Fighter was £44.99. So it's £10 more for all of that technology. So that's what it's for. Yeah, so there's a lot of the technology is going to be about in a lot of other stuff, but this is the first set it's coming in at, and then they have said that it's going to be in the Pokemon. But I am still very, very intrigued to what this countdown is, and if you can, because the way it's worded, and I keep going back to this, but the way it's worded for it is that you can pre-order just the brick. So tempted because if you just pre-order a brick, I don't know if the brick's not going to work without one of the smart bits, is it? So, but it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting where I'm going to, obviously, in 3 days' time, we'll know if it's in the Pick a Brick. We'll know if it's just a big thing online that you can do. If you can just order multiple tiles for March and you've got everything that you can add into the Lego City, or basically it is going to turn into any single nightmare of any toy film that you've ever seen come to life, and it's going to be a chip in Terminator's head, or it's going to what is it, Arcalites? What are the two toy factions in that film? You got the soldiers in one, and then you got the animals in another, haven't you? So, and they're all talking, and then they learn, and then they evolve. But to be honest, I'm with a tiny little minifigure. Even if I do get stabbed in the eyeball with a sword, I think I might survive. So it should be all right if I get attacked by a Ninjago character. So basically, after your Lego bricks and you've not been cleaning them properly, in about a year's time, you might end up getting attacked if something gets hacked into. So 3D1 says Space Wizards are more about the smart play doing stuff than not Star Wars. Yeah, that's it. So by the sounds of it, you're going to have a lot of opportunities for the smart bricks, and obviously these bricks are going to be to these sets clearly. That's the video that we've already watched, isn't it? Yeah, that's just the video that's online. So yeah, we don't need to worry about that. So that's okay. But yeah, it's interesting when it says that each Lego brick is equipped with light, sound, color sensors, allowing it to see and hear its environment. So yeah, take that as you will. But you can have a little bit of fun with it. I'm sure though it would look great for Ryan in his Willy Wonka. He can really bring his Willy Wonka set to life. There we go. Thank you, Sean. There we go. There we go. The brick works with some normal tiles. I shown in a demo that I saw. Oh, well, there we go then. So yeah, it's going to be. We got a couple of days, and it's going to be good fun. It's gonna be it's just quite funny though, isn't it? Because everybody's at that generation where they're like, this kind of technology always goes wrong in films. So hopefully it'll be absolutely fine. But yes, they're the box artwork that you're looking for. You know what the bits and pieces are to the other stuff that's coming. There's a bit of look again, just going over all the sets. Out of any of these sets, would anybody want to get any of these ones? Because of course they're not going to be exclusive to the Lego group. So you know for a fact, Smiths, John Lewis, and places like that, they're going to be put into a discount. But if they are only £10 more, then you know what the price of these are going to be. So with regards to some of them, the one like the TIE Fighter, I would imagine would be 39. 30, I say 35 might be a bit of a push. Because that's coming in at 59. So yeah, you'll probably get that for 39 at the cheapest, or you'd be around the sort of £45 mark. That'll come down to John Lewis. If it goes into John Lewis, you know you're going to get 20-25% knocked off that, and then that'll be where potentially you could look into getting it. That's it, is the small soldiers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, there's two factions in there, isn't there? So yeah, I don't hit an iceberg. Yeah, I do like that quote at the very, very end of the film. Yeah, I love the fact that somebody thought it would be a good idea to put military grade chips into a toy that they then ended up battling each other with. Yeah, that was a very interesting line. And I've got to be honest, I know why Jay is staying very, very quiet, because Jay is probably the only one that hasn't seen Small Soldiers, because he would have gone all in on the toy line unless he changed his mind a while back and not told me, because Jay buys everything. Anything toy related, Jay buys. He's got thousands of things, thousands and thousands. And if I could give Lego like £40, so I'm near 220. Well, to be fair, the for the dollar, they haven't stung you horrendously, because it's $20 more. So the dollar and the euro are probably there or thereabouts at the moment. So they haven't added on a huge tariff as of yet. But don't forget, these prices are including, we know this, Disney tax which is a hell of a percentage. And then you got the new technology as well. If this was just in a Lego City set, it might well be quite affordable. So, TIE Fighter, it looks like it scales with your Death Star if you're trying one. See, he's good like that. I've seen Small Soldiers. Oh, he didn't like it as much as you go. Oh, that is appalling behavior. You probably watched it in a bad mood, Jay. You know what you're like. You watched it in a way that you didn't want to watch it because you got told to watch it, so you refused to watch it properly because you knew you were going to buy the toys. I'm now looking at a TIE fighter that I had no interest in. Yeah, it possibly would do. Well, what am I going to do? Fill the? Am I? Oh, I know what I could do. If they did a load of Christmas musical tiles, the Death Star, the Death Slice, is going to be a full Christmas display next year. So we could put Christmas trees in there. There could be music, people singing "Merry Christmas" and all sorts coming out of my Death Star next year. If this is a thing. So no, I'm hoping that this is got the people that it wants to get excited, and I appreciate all the new technology that's coming from the Lego group because it's completely changed it. From a parent's perspective, obviously, I can't say anything from a parent's perspective because my cats can't play with the Lego stuff, so they don't care with it whatsoever. And for me, I'm doing a big theme park display, so I don't really. I do more diorama based rather than play based. I like the minifigure photography, so I don't do all of the play bits and pieces. So I think it's targeting the people that it needs to target. I think people are going to love it. I think it's going to be a good bit of fun for those people that want it to be a good bit of fun. And by looking at that box artwork, it's clear that it's going to be a new Smart Play is the line because it's got it on the box. Smart Play on the line. I would love to be able to zoom in on those photos cleanly. So I'm assuming on that front of that box, what it's giving you is telling you that all three of those minifigures have the chips in. You've got the 5 bits that are included, plus the 2 bricks. I'm assuming that's what we're seeing on that. And then on this one, you've also got 5 tiles with 1 brick and the 2 minifigures. But what I would read, the reason why I'm going on about this is I'd love to know what each individual sticker is, because are they just going to be individual noises or is it going to be multiple noises? Because the tie, you can see it's just got 1 brick, 1 chip, and the figure. So I'm assuming the chip is just this as it's flying around. Because do we think that you can get like 1 chip for all spacecraft and it knows what it's going in, or is each one going to be individual? Nanobot Tac. They're watching us. The new coaster should have it for lights and sound. Well, let's be honest. That would be amazing? Have you weren't there on the live stream, Jay, for that one? I got the Death Star up from a Christmas Death Star. That was one of the best things I had seen all Christmas. So somebody had done it. It looked incredible, and this is what we are going to do for next year. Again, Bricks Fanatics are coming up top trumps. Once it loads, there we go, and do next year. This is my plan for this year. This is my plan for this year. So if these sound chips work with this, and I could have all these bits and pieces full of adverts. But again, thanks to Bricks Fanatics for getting this image up. But there is a few different images on here. So when it loads, here they go. Look, see? So yeah, just don't want. It's just in the way, isn't it? Just in the way. Right, you're gonna have to look at it like that. So yeah, you can see all of the images in front of you. I think it looks great. I think that looks good. So you can add the sound chips into this, and you can see it's got the sleigh. It's got all the different bits and pieces in. It's got a full lighting kit as well. That's the best slice I've seen. And I do like the troopers with the jumpers. And I can already hear Jay screaming at me going, I have to do this for next year, because Jay loves Christmas, absolutely loves Christmas. He will think this is the best thing he's ever seen. But yeah, I think that looks great. So if I can put a sound chip in that and have, well, I mean, if you think you could put a sound in house, couldn't you? and you can start to recreate the bits and pieces when he's home alone. You know, you got all these different bits and pieces that you could do with it. But yeah, at least we know that this is a new Smart Play box. The do you just trying to think though, how if you were in charge of this brand new project, would you do Star Wars this year and then put the smart technology into another wave of something next year, and then almost redo these sets? Well, you wouldn't redo these sets again, but you would then just have a line for Star Wars next year without the smart chip? Or is this going to be a thing where it's eventually going to be rolled out into everything? So, do we think we'll be having this conversation in a year or two's time, and it is in every single set across the board, and it's just their new thing? But yeah, I would use it for a roller coaster thing, depending on if it's multiple bits. Because even if it's just the sound of the thing going round, and you've got it makes the noise of the chain when it goes up, and you've got a couple of screams as it goes down. That would be pretty cool. And I know a lot of people would like that because they've got their amusement park stuff on motors already. So that's another way that this thing could work. So it could work very, very well. But that's because I guess the chip, you would only need one brick for that, though, wouldn't you? Because if, say, for example, we did it on the loop coaster, you would have the loop coaster going up on the chain. It makes a chain noise. At the top, there's another tile where it changes the noise, and you get screams going down. Then you put another, because don't forget that you could put these tiles in on the track, so the brick would actually pick up the chip. So I think they going by the images, it already is on the city stuff, because the promo video is all to do with ducks, helicopters, cars. So what I'm assuming is what this countdown is on the Lego website. This will allow you to add this to your current Lego City display. I think that's what it's going to be, because at the moment, you can clearly see that Star Wars is going in their new line of stuff, and it's going to be very, very clear with what it's saying on the side. And of course, by the sounds of it, you guys have already seen images of AT-ATs that have the chip and don't have the chip. But if this is going live in 3 days, they're obviously going to have to do little tiles. And I wonder if you're going to be able on the pick a brick wall, just to get the tiling that you want, to be able, for example, to do what I've just said and make my loop roller coaster make loads of noises with just one brick, because it would just pick up the chips as it flies around. So maybe Tim, for you, hopefully. Jay says, yes, you already sold yourself with a Christmas sound chip. Oh, to be honest, I've sold myself with a Christmas desk slice. So that's the worst thing. So I've got to redo every single room. I need about 400 new jumpers. So that's going to be the problem. Yuli, they'll slowly roll it into everything. They spend so much on R&D. I expect they need a return, especially if they're adding 10. Yeah, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it works, and if they are going to have a split line every year. So say with Star Wars or Ninjago, for example, Ninjago will have 2 waves like they normally do. Will one wave have a sound chip in, and another wave won't have a sound chip in, but they mix and match both waves both times. Maybe. So how they're going to do what they're going to do it with. But if it is literally just this technology in here, all for this one brick, and then you obviously, because it'd be interesting to know how much the charging pads for them are individually, and how long they obviously last for. And that's going to be the other. But yeah, with this, all over that, because you just, I mean, you've got the trash compactor with the Christmas presents in. I got that Christmas tree. I just need all of these torsos. You've got the reindeer up at the top. I basically want to copy this. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to make it almost like this and just tweak it to my own, because I've got all of this stuff. Yeah, I think that looks fantastic. This has absolutely nothing to do with the new technology, but it could be used in that technology. So before we start to wrap things up, because obviously it's only a short stream, what's your honest thought? Now you've seen it and you've started to learn a little bit more about it, Do you think it's a good idea? Do you like it? Will you buy it? What do you guys and girls think? And of course, if you're watching this on the replay, let me know. So we're 25 votes in. 44 for very excited. 8% says yes, but keep it to its new theme. 36% say not for me because I'm probably more of an age. That's more of an age demographic, I would imagine, for the 36%. And I would have just clicked. I just like Lego because I do. So that's what I would have. That's what I would have gone on. But yeah, what do you think about all of this? Do you think you can? It's like if you're looking at it from a parent's perspective, or from your own perspective, or so like if you're buying this for a family member at Christmas, do you think it would add more enjoyment to them? Because obviously that's the whole point of everything. And then for yourself, do you care or not so much? Because if you, I guess what it comes down to is that when you're buying a Christmas present for somebody and you know that this technology is available, and would you want to spend an extra couple of pounds on that person if you cared about them, that is, to be able to give them a better experience? Or do you think it's not worth the money and you would just buy them with the non-smart chip in? There's loads of different ways of looking at it, isn't there? So Ultra Brick says, not that fussed about the smart brick, but be a fun novelty for a few minutes. Brickford says, not interested. No, because obviously we know for Brickford it's obviously a display collector. Good idea, but then I thought can see some fun uses. Shiva says, not interested. So yeah, I think from an age demographic for obviously what these are aimed at, but also can you also see it working though for the younger demographic? Because don't forget, like the ages on these boxes, I think is it 9+ is the oldest set. Yeah, so I mean obviously the X-wing is coming in at a really young age. Don't forget because that's only a 6+. So you've got a 6, 8, and a 9. So there's nothing in double digits. I don't know what that cantina and things are going to come in. So I mean, like the Ninjago stuff, I think that I was doing was either 12 or 16. So this has gone straight in for that younger play demographic. So would you say, for example, if it's in the Lego Friends stuff or in the Lego City stuff, can you and your little one imagine having just having a nice time with it? I think that's also where it's aimed at. She'll be like, not interested, just like Lego. There we go. Sean says, seems pretty cool for kids' play sets. Don't do anything for me. Keep it away from the UCS and the flagship sets. Yeah. So, like Jay said, I think what would be nice is that if you buy a UCS set and you wanted to add extra, you can get it from the Lego website and the technologies there. They're not going to give you specific chips for it, but the brick for the sounds for like the lightsaber battles and all that kind of thing, I would potentially think, he says, that you should be able to get that chip separately, like you can in the PAB. So, for example, this dueling thing here, I could potentially get the smart chip of if I bought the, where is it? Let's have a quick look at this. I know these photos aren't the greatest, but if I was to get the sound chips from this, if I got these two sound chips that are down here, the one that is there and the one that is there, clearly that's going to be them having a battle in the throne room, isn't it? That's what that's going to be. But then add the sound chip to the Death Cheese and just recreate that sound chip battle up at the top. So would you just put it up there instead? Because it's the same thing. So I'm assuming that you can, if you thought it was an upgrade, you could potentially just add it to it, but not actually have to buy the set. So that's the nice thing. If we know in 3 days, you can buy all these separately. Because if I look at that and go, oh, I want to recreate that, but in my Death Slice, I would just buy the brick and the sound chip and do it. So you have got options if you wanted to. Brickford's going to stick with Duplo. That's a good idea. I don't mind. But yeah, I think it's giving you options, isn't it, with these? But if you wanted to, I'm assuming, like I keep saying, I'm assuming I could take that out of that if I wanted to, not buy the set, order it on the website in a couple of days' time or when it gets released, and add it into my Death Slice up at the top. And then when they do it in the trash compactor, you have a trash compactor noise with all the screaming and all that kind of nonsense, and you turn it into a horror scene. But we're going to know what's going to be available in 3 days because it just says it's a pre-order in 3 days. So, yeah. Oh, hang on. Even a toilet. There we go. Jay, you've obviously read that then. I didn't even see that. I got all excited. So you can make a toilet noise. So you can make a toilet noise. So they tell a smart brick what object to behave like a car, helicopter, and even a toilet. Well, I can add that straight into Ninjago then, can't I? So no, I think it's got a lot of possibilities. I am glad that it's not going to be thrown down everybody's face at the same time. So I think it would annoy people that don't want it. Also, looking from a UCS perspective, it would be nice if you could just take it out the play sets and add it. Oh, I thought you just wanted it for it to be a toilet. I didn't even see that it was a toilet thing. Well, there we go. So I can add that to my Ninjago. Shibo, you can add a dumping noise to your Lion Knight's castle. And Jay is going to have a flushing toilet going around his train track. So I tell you what, this could be a fun little thing for Christmas to give to people. There you go. If they're not too expensive, have one of them inside a Christmas card. And then when you're going around, there's a flushing noise for your toilet. I could add it to the Orient Express. Oh, I've got loads of toilets. I could literally be on a live stream, and if these have got like a volume control, every now and then there'll just be a random toilet flush, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the Orient Express. Oh no, that's that. That's that. So I must have. What many toilets do I have? I've got the Orient Express. I've got the toilet that need poke me in the eyeball from Ninjago. I've got another. I've done another one or two. So yeah, there we go. A couple of, and by the sounds of it, there was a farting noise when that minifigure jumped on that tile. So this is smart. I should have just let's just go through the Q and A's very very quickly. I should have clicked on these before we finish. Right, so it's endlessly replayable because the smart tag and smart minifigure help unlock unique reactions, secret mini games, plot twists, and Easter eggs. The fun keeps on going. Right. Okay. Let's read. I'll read all these out to you very, very quickly. Then we'll start to wrap things up. So we've got a Q&A. So what is the Lego Smart Brick? Because I thought we'd have covered all of this in the press release, but we haven't. So we know that the brick is a 4x2. We know that it's got the tag and the minifigure. It's got what it's got built in it. That's fine. It knows when it's been moved through the air and brings it to life in incredible ways. The smart tag is clever little tiles that tell smart brick. All right, the smart tags, these clever little tiles, tell the smart brick what it should become, and it helps you play back. So, like again, with the roller coaster, I would have to have, say, 5 different smart tags around the track, so it would make different noises going up the chain, screaming, toilet noise on the loop because somebody's just had a bad accident, and then there'll be a farting noise when they get off. You know, it'd be that silly, but you could, because it's on its own thing. So, and people motorize those things. So you could actually add quite a lot to things that are being motorized. The smart play system knows what happens when high-powered tech meets limitless creativity of a child's imagination. See, calling us all children. So we're coming up with these ideas, but it's clearly aimed for kids. With the help of Lego smart tags and smart minifigures, the smart, powerful smart brick responds to how you play, hold it, twist it, turn it, you name it. It also endlessly replayable because the smart tag and smart minifigures help unlock reactions, secret mini games, plots, Easter eggs. The fun keeps on going. It's an evolution of the Lego system in play. All smart bricks, minifigures, tags also click with your Lego bricks at home to bring all of your Lego sets to life. What can a smart brick do? The brains of the operation, the 2x4 brick, is packed with enough tech to launch a rocket to the moon. Oh, good grief. Oh. Yeah. So we are in the Terminator age, and this is it. It's game over. I'm gonna have a roller coaster coming off the track, and it's just gonna. I can just visualize it now. I'm gonna be in a live stream, and you're going to see me getting absolutely beaten up by every single minifigure in my arsenal. It has responsive lights, color recognition scanner that senses its surroundings, a sound synthesizer that plays almost any sound, and built-in meter also detects the way its twist turns during play. All this juicy tech, see, they copy my words now. Juicy and fruity. It comes with actually kids play kids. Remember, kids play and play back. When placed on top of or close to a smart tag, the brick becomes whatever the tag tells it to, meaning it can be a helicopter 1 second and a car the next. So there you go, Tim. That's for your Lego City stuff. So that clearly means it has to have separate tags. So the Lego City stuff, it's going to have like helicopter noises, car noises, and all that kind of thing. Oh, hang on. Let me just catch up with this. Yeah, the new Lego Large Iron Man came in plastic bags. I wonder if it's because certain factories still aren't fully producing the paper. I don't know why that is. See, it's childhood fun for adults. Light sounds add so much fun. Flushing turder. I'm sold, says Jay. So there we go. You can actually have a. I wonder if it gives you a backsplash with the noise as well. What can it do? The smart minifigures activate the smart brick and it prompts to reveal their unique personalities. Each minifigure reacts differently to the world around them. They do that through their own sounds, moods, and reaction, which are played back to you via the brick. Through the sounds that the smart brick makes, you'll be able to tell which smart minifigure might enjoy flying through space in a starship. You'll notice that a more nervous character might be a bit more hesitant. Okay. Okay. So the actual minifigures are smart. Oh, right. Okay. This is now getting to the point of where I'm actually quite scared now. And because every play minifigure reacts uniquely to given any play scenario, they provide a perfect reward for kids, guys and girls, imagination, kids, and creativity, which sparks a new idea for role play and single play time. This is definitely aimed for children, paid by adults. We're getting that now. We're clearly understanding that. Does the minifigures make a sound? Not by themselves. Instead, they prompt nearby smart bricks to make the sounds for them. Each smart minifigure reacts uniquely to the environment around them. They do through their own sounds, moods, interactions, which are played back to you, built-in speaker inside the brick. Just place the minifigures close to the smart brick to unlock the glorious smart play action. Now, I wonder if you can have I wonder what the ratio is of minifigures to bricks. I wonder how many minifigures you could have as a conversation coming through the one brick before you need another brick. Because going by those sets that have been released, you've got two. What was the biggest one? It was this thing here. No, it was the I've now got more questions. I want to know more. So this is the one. So set, you've got 5 sounds with 3 figures, but you've got 2 bricks. So can all 3 minifigures talk to each other while the lightsaber noises are going off? Because that's clearly what that is, and we can't see it because it's blurry. So I wonder what the ratio is going to be. I'll give Sarah Connor a call, Jay. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Light up, speak out, should shake. That's it. It's going to be a fun one, Lego King. I think. Yeah, the US are miles behind with that kind of thing. Miles behind. Lego King has returned. Brickford says that they need to make up their minds. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm intrigued right now. How many bricks to minifigures do we think? Because if you've got like say 1 or 2 bricks, and obviously the bricks are interchangeable with anything. They're just a normal minifigure brick, aren't they? So that it doesn't make a difference if you bought this whole wave and got like 4 bricks. But I'm just thinking from a full blown, like I know what Jay's thinking of doing for a Cantina diorama. How many Cantina minifigures could you add in with these 3 talking characters as well, all in one display before they go? No, because will they be able to talk in order, or would they just talk over each other? I suppose that's the big question. Just place smart bricks close to just place the minifigures close to the brick to unlock that glorious smart play action. Right, what can smart tags do? We know what we know what they can do. So the role of the tag is to tell the brick how it should play back with you. The tag tells the brick what kind of object it or should create it should become and what sounds to respond with. Will it be a spaceship, a helicopter? There it is, a toilet. If you have the smart tag for it, the smart brick will have the reactions for it to help enhance your play. So I was right at the very, very start of the stream then. I wonder if you are just because if they're saying spaceship, helicopter, toilet, you are going to be able to get in 3 days all these different sound chips. And you're just going to be able to add them to your Lego City display. So, yeah, if you're excited about that, Tim, because I don't know, I think Tim might be off doing a live now, so I have to let him know. Well, this is the thing. Well, you don't, by the looks of it, Brickford, you don't have to put you don't have to put the figure on the brick. You just have to put the brick on the chip by the sound, by reading that in the proximity, doesn't it? So, because it says, do the minifigures make a sound? Not by themselves. They prompt by, it says nearby smart bricks to make their sound for them. But we know that that has to be the smart tag tells the brick what to do because you put the brick on the tag, and that's going by all of the other sets that we've seen. I mean, I would imagine it might be close. It might be close to all those other little bits and pieces as well. But again, I'm just making this up as we go. But if we use this one here, clearly there's the chip. The brick goes on top of it, and that's the only thing on this set that we know that makes a noise because you can see it in the box artwork, and it's just going to be a spaceship flying around. That's what that does. But because the minifigures have a different chip in them, I wonder if, say, for example, if you had the sound chip version of Darth Vader, would Darth Vader speak to this while this is on top of that? By the sounds of it, it would do. But how that's going to work, I don't know. Because otherwise, you'd have to have tons and tons of these bricks. So, where it says spaceship, toilet, it's smart. You got as long as you got the smart tag for it, then it's going to make that noise. So I'm assuming I could maybe just try it with because the sets don't interest me at all, but the actual tags and the sound chips for expanding movable bits, because I can imagine what if you've got a train going around a train track, for example, and you've got people at a train station. Would you want noises? You could incorporate all of that kind of stuff into it. So that'll be it's interesting with regards to that. But we know that the tags don't have the speakers. No, they're in the brick. How does the Lego Smart Play system work? Right, the smart brick can sense the minifigures that are close to it. These activate the brick and tells it how to behave. Once activated, the smart bricks react to every move with a built-in play engine that creates limitless reaction with lights, sounds. Yeah, okay. To get started, you would need. Oh, right. Okay. So to get started, you need up to 3 key pieces that work together to create the Lego Smart Play system: the brick, the tag, and the minifigure. For example, out of the literally endless possible potential play possibilities, build a helicopter and place a helicopter smart tag onto it. Add the brick close to the smart tag. Now your smart brick becomes a helicopter and reacts to how you move and play with the lights and sound. Hear it take off and fly, or fly it upside down and hear alarm. Add a smart minifigure pilot and hear them react. So you can obviously have the sound chip. So the chip, if you took the chip out, I think the minifigure would still react to what's going on because it's right by the brick. Because the brick is sensing the figure and the bit at the same time, which is very, very, very clever. But the fact that you can do system updates on these, which I'm assuming means that when they come out with newer sounds, you have to update them through their software. Jay says, if it sings a Cantina song, I'm going to have to buy a load. Well, this is it. How many? How many is it going to be? Because that clearly does 2 things at the same time. That has a minifigure reacting, and that has a noise. but can you have two minifigures having a conversation with one brick? I would love to know the ratio. I'm glad I've sold it to you, Jay. I mean, that's my quick deep dive. I think it last bit that I've just read, I've now gone, okay. Well, if you can do that, because like if you can have multiple things going on at the same time, I would be able to have minifigures screaming in a roller coaster while the chain is being lifted. So I could have the sound of the coaster and the sound of the minifigures at the same time, all off one brick, by the sound of it. That is well, yeah, it's very, very good technology. But has anybody seen the price of an individual brick? Because if this individual brick is going to be a huge amount of money, and then it's going to be like if the wireless charging is going to be another huge amount of money, then it's going to be a little bit rough and ready with regards to how to be able to do those kind of things. But if it's not going to be horrendous, then it could work. It could work. So we figured it out. I mean, I should have read the Q&A at the beginning. I obviously read it at the very, very end. But if anybody's watched this on the replay and you stuck to the end, then congratulations, because you found out that by the sounds of it, we know at least one brick does more than one thing simultaneously. So it must have the technology to have people. It's not going to be able to play music and hold a conversation at the same time. So if you want the Cantina band, for example, Jay, then obviously you're going to have more than one brick. Well, if you put it in your Willy Wonka, Ryan, it might be a bit crunchy, but at least it would look brown, and it might taste all right. It might taste all right, because just think, you could have potentially Oompa Loompas making Oompa Loompa noises. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't even know if Oompa Loompas make Oompa Loompas. But you just think you could have your chocolate waterfall motorized, and you could have sounds of splashes of chocolate being made while Willy Wonka starts singing one of his songs. That I don't really think they've got the well, I don't know if they have the license for that, but who knows? So basically, they're saying that the possibilities are endless, and we're all big children, and we're coming up with all these different bits and pieces. So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. If it's not for you, then you don't have to worry, because they're not going to force it down your throat. So that's okay. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens, I guess. Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's not meant for you recording your own bits and pieces, because the minifigures talk to themselves, don't they? So that's what it's. So it's the minifigures will be having their own conversations and doing other little bits and pieces, and by the sounds of it, they learn as they go across, because you speak to the minifigure and ask, because that's what it said. You speak to the minifigure and go, "Would you like to go in a space rocket?" And the minifigures would give you different reactions. So that's the scary thing. So they understand what you're saying. So yeah, they understand what you're saying from a play perspective, and they're going to have to, aren't they? Because it's going to be, instead of doing all those different bits and pieces on a handheld game, it's now going to be with an actual minifigure. So yeah, it should be a good bit of fun. If I motorize one of the theme park rides, then screaming minifigures going around a sound back track. You can't moan it at all. But we will know in 4 days. And I'm assuming in 4 days that the pre-orders for the Star Wars stuff will also go online as well. I am just really, really hoping that, because they've said a car, helicopter, and a toilet, that all of these chips are going to be available. And you're going to be able to pick them up and do whatever it is that you want to do. So yeah, how many things each chip does will be something completely different. I guess we'll soon know. But the fact that you get different responses every single time from different minifigures on the same question, it might have a little bit longer longevity than we first thought, which is pretty cool. And again, from a children's play perspective, I think it's absolutely spot on. So we will wait and see what happens. But I think, before I repeat myself again, that is it, and I think I'm done. So Ryan says my minifigures often tell me to. They're not smart, no, but they might do it for you. That's the scary thing, Ryan. They might end up doing that through your own letterbox. So that might just end up happening, and it might just be one of those things. But I'm done. So let me know what you think. I'll let you guys and give you guys and girls a minute or so to say goodbye to each other. Let me know in the comments, is it for you? If it's not, if you've liked the video already, thank you very much indeed. If you haven't, you haven't. It is what it is. But hopefully you've enjoyed me trying to put 2 and 2 together in the space of literally no time at all. Huge thanks to Jay for sending me the links over very, very quickly as well. Obviously, in the next couple of days, we're going to figure this out more, and we'll speak about it again at a later date. Tomorrow will be what today's should have been with regards to what has what in the UK now. So we're basically going to do a deep dive shop so we know for future sales, because obviously, well, we all need to know that kind of thing. So, guys, look after yourself. Thank you very much indeed. Take care all. Hopefully you have enjoyed this very, very spontaneous live stream. Just while I already had it prepped for 8 o'clock, but I just had to change everything. So you lot take care, and I will catch up with you all soon. Stay warm as well. It's supposed to be snowing tomorrow everywhere, isn't it? So just be careful if you're out and about. And it's on my laptop already. It says -4. So it is shrinkage time. Take care, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.